Okay, in this set of tutorials we're going to take a look at masking and compositing. And what that means is we're going to take a couple different images, and it could be as many images as you wanted, and combine them to create a realistic looking composited image. And in order to do that, we're going to have to learn some masking skills and some other skills as well. So I think one of the most important things that you need to start out with are the right images. And finding the right images can be challenging, especially if you're trying to search for them on the internet. You want high quality images, again over 2 megapixel images at least. The larger the image, the better, the easier it's going to be to put together. So this was actually put together with 2 separate images, and a lot of the parts were then combined to create the composite. And in this exercise, I think it's really important to take images that are clearly different in order to show that the compositing is something that is artistic, thereby creating something totally unique. So what we're going to start out with is a couple images. This one here and this one here, and this was taken at summer solstice in Santa Barbara, and this was actually taken at Santa Barbara Zoo. So both local images here, and then we're going to combine it into this one image here. And again, the object of the game here is to make it as seamless as possible and to make it look as quote unquote real as possible, as seamless as possible, if you will. So let's get started. In the first part of this tutorial, what we're going to do is we're going to prepare the background image. And in order to do that, we're going to look at a couple different tools, and in particular one new tool in Photoshop. But before we do that, we need to make this image canvas larger. We need more space up here for the giraffe's head and neck. So we're going to go to Canvas, Size, and we're going to make sure we have relative check because we only want to add to the height. And we want to click, down at the bottom here to add it to the height. And we're just going to add 1,000 pixels. We probably won't use that much, but it's going to give us enough, and we can always crop it later. So we're going to add that there. Now that we've added that, we're going to use a new tool in Photoshop called Content Aware. And what I want to do here is I'm going to zoom in to the head because I'm going to get rid of the head. We're going to put a giraffe's head on here. One way to do it is a Content Aware fill, and in order to do that, we probably just want to draw around the object with the lasso tool. And this doesn't have to be perfect because we're just going to mask this. So once we've drawn around it here, we're going to do a fill. We're going to go to Edit Fill, and we're going to select Content Aware Fill. Use Content Aware Fill. If it's not already selected here, be sure to select it, then click OK. Actually, that did a really good job, and I'm not really concerned what's under here because again the giraffe's head's going to go under here. If I want to, I want to repair this. I'm going to probably, what I'm really going to be interested in is this area here. This is okay. And if I didn't like this here, I could repair this area, and the way I would do that would be get the clone tool and then I'm going to deselect there, get the clone stamp, and then I want to copy this line here and probably up to about here or so. So with the right size brush, we're going to select this area here, and then you want to try to drag a straight line here. So we only have to go up to where we think the giraffe's neck is going to go. So maybe a little bit farther. And that's pretty good. If I wanted to, I could clean up this in here. Same thing. I'm holding down the Alt key to sample. We've looked at this tool before. And you might have to come from up here to get it perfect if you really want to get it perfect. So that looks like it's doing a little better there. Okay. Close enough for government work, especially when we zoom out. Well, there's a couple little spots there, but that can be cleaned up easily. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to have to extend this building here. And we're going to use this content aware tool to do that here. So content aware, and we want to be on extend here. So what I'm going to do now is get a rectangular marquee, and I'm going to draw around the area that I want to extend. So I'm going to go ahead and extend from about here. And then I'm going to get this tool, and with extend here, I'm going to drag the part that I want to extend up, and I want to make sure there's no white in between there. And then what it's going to do, it's going to merge it with what's below it. And it actually does a very, very decent job of doing this. And deselect. And you can see it looks pretty good. I mean, it's not perfect, but it almost looks as, you know, this is a multi-level thing here, that this might be a patio out here or something. So it actually did a really good job. Now, this right here, I don't know if you like it or not. If you can live with it, it's fine. If not, you might want to try it again, maybe using the medium, and see if that gives you better results. So it might not blend so strictly with medium, and it might give a more pleasing blend that way. Especially since this is blurred. The background's blurred. Because, why? Because of a shallow depth of field. And, I don't know, either one looks okay. Another thing I might have wanted to try is making my rectangle down farther. So I could have got it a little closer, and maybe that will help with the line. This line down here might help the blend a little better. Yeah, because that took out this little point here. That's one of the things I didn't like here. And now it looks as almost as if this was just like a planter box or something that's out here. So I'm happy with that. Okay, so that was using the content aware to prepare our background.